Hello there, I'm Colonel Failure. We're in profit, ladies and gentlemen. Profit are us. We're up. I think I've got the cursor turned on, so you might be able to see. We've got close to 10 million. In fact, we're about to tick through 10 million profit this year, which it's not bad. That will do to get us started. And our objective in this episode, is to actually build ourselves our first rail line, which is going to be ludicrously expensive, and therefore I need it to be profitable pretty much immediately. Now, having done some experimentation in other games before, that's not impossible. That's not a huge ask. Now, the majority of our profits right now are coming from power plants, as is so very obvious below. But as time goes on, that will be supplemented by money made from city growth and from hauling things around. Now, I suspect, but I don't know for certain, that this town right here is not currently growing because we are topped out on power once again. So I'm going to, as my first order, it is still growing. So I'm off the mark there. Anyway, I'm going to build another power plant in here. I'm not sure. I'm still uncertain as to whether the power that I place down here is going to spread across the entire map. Oh, I'm too far away from my resources. That's a shame. But even if it doesn't, this power will help this area grow. We've stopped mucking about with windmills, and we've started mucking about with solar plants now. They do kick out a significant amount more power. Let's just put that in there. There we go. Not cheap. 8.2 million, so that basically wiped out all of my profit for the previous year. But it does dish out the power. And since we are making more profit from power than on anything else, that's just a no-brainer, isn't it? Right. Good. Let's just have a quick look. So that's knocked us back. We're in November now. That's knocked us back to 4 million profit last year. But hey, I can live with that. And it's worth noting here that my power plant profits have dropped from the 12 that they were beforehand, and they're currently at 5, which means that these numbers reflect both the running cost of whatever you've placed, but also the amount it costs to place it in the first place. That's an awful lot of use of the word place there, but I'm sure you know what I'm driving at. Okay, let's go and have a look at some of our better city areas. And I think actually it's not unreasonable to describe this as a city. I mean, we've got high-rises all over the place. I'm living almost exclusively in fast-forward mode in order to try and drive some profit forward. And since we're still in 2012, so we've got some time before I catch up with reality. Okay, so this is our main city, and I'll find a way to name these at some point. They deserve names. Let's go and have a look at number 2, and number 2 is coming on as well. Let's kill off this big old dialogue here. So yeah, I mean, progress is very clearly being made, and then over to number 3, which I'm pretty sure is over here. Or am I looking at it already? No, I'm not. What have I done? There we go. For some reason I'd made it unhappy. And there we go, here's number 3. Splendid. Growth, a go-go. Excellent. So the time is right in terms of being able to, fingers crossed very thoroughly here, in order to be able to make money back. But frankly, if we don't go for it at some point, then this is going to rapidly turn from being a train into being a power station, since that's basically all I'll be building. I'll be making things expand and building power stations everywhere. Which, you know what? I could go for that. Shall I do my standard measurement? Can you spare a minute for just me to do my standard measurement through the first 10 days? Let's have a look. Last year we were doing approximately $30,000 a day profit. Here we go. So we're on January the 8th and the 9th. And here we go, Jan 10th. So we're up around the 50,000 a day profit mark. And you know, I can really live with that. That I can thoroughly cope with that amount of money. That's excellent. That's far superior to last year. Right then, let's think about this. I'm going to leave the simulation going at full speed. I realise that the day-night cycle can be a little bit distracting, but I want the money coming in. So obviously we're going to go from our biggest city. The question is, where do I want to place my terminal? Now, having a terminal that goes through the city and out the other side, which would be the most helpful thing to do, is actually going to prove to be somewhat difficult. So do we want to go out this way, over here, up in the direction of this chap, which is also pretty sizable? I think I've possibly just answered my own question there. Actually, I'm not sure this is my original city. Yes, of course it is. Don't be ridiculous. There we go. All right. So the space I've left open for myself, I can either, you know, build up a little bit more land here and maybe go in the sea, or the estuary, or the lake, or is it completely enclosed? It's a lake. Okay, right, fine. Or I can go out this way and then have to do some kind of laborious curve. I think it's got to be. But equally, I think that we'll develop that in such a way that we can expand further and actually create a brand new city that wasn't one that effectively I've done for myself. However, one thing suddenly occurs to me. Let's look at the map here. I'm really hoping that my cursor is showing up. City, yes, over there on the left. City in the middle. City on the right. Straight line, train track. Hooray, everybody celebrates. We're in the cash. What do we think? So if we're going to do that, then we'd want to build some bridges over here to get this area of land expanding into being kind of city-like. But it means that the main hub of our city is actually miles away from where we want to expand. I like this area much more. Maybe we could... okay. No, ooh, I've got a plan. And then over here, everything is viable. Okay, right, here's the plan. Here's the plan. First things first, build the station. This might not be immediately profitable. Are you okay with that? Yes, I probably am. Okay, so it's a ground level station. Let's spin it round. Well, which way do we want to spin it round? Let's just have a quick camera angle peek here. Yeah, if I was any kind of professional, I would have researched this beforehand. But you've gotten used to the fact that I do things the way I do things, so I'm sure you'll forgive me. Which side do I want the road? Actually, before we do that, let's add a couple more platforms. I want this to have 4 platforms on it because we plan on having a fair chunk of stuff coming through. My corporation tax has been paid. Well, how thrilled I am at that as news. And then another opportunity to pay tax in the very near future. How sweet is that? The other option, we could go over here, except I'd probably spin it round this way. And what are we looking at here? We're looking at 46 million. So I mean, that's what, effectively a sixth, maybe a seventh of the actual cash reserves I have. I think that actually might be the best way to go. And if we just place it... Here we go. No going back. Right. Always act like there's no tomorrow. Now, does this have a running cost associated with it? It doesn't appear to have. Oh, you know what you haven't done, you absolute idiot. That appears to be some road automatically happening. That's cheeky. I didn't think road did that. Can I upgrade it, I wonder? Do I burn it off? No, I'm going to reload. I'm going to reload. Okay, save with me here. Yep, Yep. Ignore the progress. That's fine. We'll just go back in time a little bit. I'm not going to wait till we get to that point. I could edit and make that happen, but I'm not going to. In fact, I could edit and make that happen. No, what I will do is I'll place down the power plant again. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to edit this out. Okay, stay tuned. I'll be back when I've placed the station correctly. Right then, I went for a judicious reload there because I'd chosen to make my platform too short. This is a recurring theme. It seems like every train game I play, I make my platforms too flaming short. Anyway, I've reloaded. Everything's back as it was. In fact, I'm a little bit further back in time, so we're still back in 2012. We haven't advanced into 2013 yet. That is, substantively, that's the only thing I've really done here. So I'm going to expand out, but I'm going to have to be careful with cash. Very careful with cash, because I haven't got a huge amount of it. Let's fix that there, and then let's zoom right the way out. And then we're going to have our other station out here, which is going to be... do I want to terminal this? Alright, terminals are expensive. Obviously, I don't want to build any of this stuff more than once if I can avoid it. Now, it's got a catchment area around the outside of it, which is also a worry. I mean, I'll be able to fix that by... how will you be able to fix that? I'll be able to fix that by having roads and then buses actually bring stuff to the station area. So what we're looking at here, well, that's 100,000. But for some reason, if I go all the way out here, it drops to 75,000. But nobody wants to get on a train out there. Interesting. 96,000. That's pretty much half of our money. In for a penny, in for a pound. Alright, okay, let's pause. Let's pause and do this properly. Right, okay, so first things first. I want a road coming up behind this terminal. You could ask why I didn't bother doing this on the other one, and that's largely because it was less of a factor. I am going to buy up that man's house, that family's house. Go on, how much are you costing me? 13 million? Worth it. Okay, and then station, terminal, here we go. We'll plumb this in right up against. See, these lucky people in those houses there, they're suddenly going to find that they've got some increased ambient noise, which I'm sure will bring them pleasure. And we'll go right up against the road. Just there, do we think? Yes. There we go. Right, that's 126 million left. With which I have to buy a train and connect this station to that one. I hope I've got enough money. Right there, like that. What are you going to cost me? 3 million quid. Good deal. Okay, now, do we have room to expand out from there if I choose to? Yeah, I think we probably do. Okay. Now you're talking. I also ought to get this connected up to the city over here. Otherwise, definitely no one is going to use this system at all. Which means I probably ought to lay the track first so that it's at least reserved the area. Come on then, game. Give me the bad news. Come on, you're going to snap all the way back there? No? I don't want to go through these farms. It's expensive. Well, actually, you know what? Since I haven't got to do that for a while, we can do that as a reorganisation project further down the line. He says, ducking the problem entirely. Now, how much for that? Oh, why won't you? Let's go as far as here. Actually, let's see if we can actually get across that thing in the first place. There we go. Level crossing. Splendid. to, huh? That's unusual. Getting this working is kind of key. Stop it. No, oh, oh, I'm not interested. Stop. Yeah, alright. Fine. Be like that. Oh, that's broken it. Hello. Tremendous. Okay, managed to break the game. This is the press random buttons until the game complies maneuver. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Right. I think I've got it this time. So the concept of sound is sound. Let's move this map out of the way here. Right, we've got our terminal placed. It's all ready to rock, and then we've built a second station. And to make life a little easier, we've used an angle that is harmonious with the way that the track wanted to go. We're only going to run one line for the time being. I think we're still profitable. Let's just have a quick check. I don't think this is actually costing me too much in terms of ongoing costs. So let's have a look. 206. Are we going to drop to 205? I went back in time again. I know. But, you know, you only get the chance to get these things right once. Hold on. Railroad profit is constantly going down. So, railroad services profits. Okay, that's costing me... What are we looking at there? Maybe 1,000 a tick? Okay, so it's not being offset by the amount we've got coming in. Phew! So, do I want to actually stick a train on this right now? Given that nobody is going to want to go to this area here. This one is much more plausible. I think what we're going to want is we're going to want to put a depot down here. Now the question is, can I actually afford one? Talk to me. Materials depot medium, 4.8 million. You can afford one of those. So I'm going to stick this. I'm going to stick this right there. Okay, and that way this should be able to... This will not only receive any goods I bring in by truck, if I put a truck stop in here. Let's do that. I just want it to... I just wanted to get it building up a little bit so that we're starting to get some population in here. Otherwise, all of this is for naught, because we'll blow the money instantly. Do I want to pull in loading bay? I mean, that's 4 million quid. None of this stuff is exactly inexpensive. We could put it about there. Or here. That's better. Right, there we go. It'll go there. Let's get ourselves a truck on the go. Actually, where's he coming from? He's going to come all the way from the factory out of town. Slow ourselves up a little bit. I'm sure that advisor was telling me something absolutely fascinating. Buy. Let's buy another one of these chaps. I've got 3 trucks working this area. Did I buy it already? No, I didn't. Okay, if I've got 3 trucks working this area, one of them can be retasked. Where are you? Nope. Nope. There you are, number 5. New route for you, my friend. Left, yes, absolutely. Straight on, yep, totally. All about that, yep, load her up. And load her up some more. Right. Hold on, now I need to see where I'm going. We'll go through the centre of town coming this way. Straight on. Straight on. No, take a right at that junction. I know, I'm like the most excitable sat-nav you've ever come across. Right, and then a left. And then a right. And then a left. And then unload, please. There we go. Turn around and come the other way. Yeah, unload again. I know, it's a rubbish route for the moment, but you know, you'll get over it over time. Let's follow him back. Let's go left here. Straight on. Sure, go straight on. Oh, don't do anything. Activity mode. I don't want to do anything. Don't stop. Pass through. And then go left. And then go straight. And now you should know where you're going. Yep, that all looks good. Smashing. Right, onwards. Okay, so that's now going to start delivering goods over to the other side of the river. Maybe some kind of bridge that watercraft could actually pass under would have been advisable there. It might limit my my shipping options later, which is fine. It just means that I'll worry about that later. I am a professional worry about that later proponent. And actually, while I think about it, I want to protect... Where am I looking here? Looking right here. So I want to protect the end of the railway. Let's do it like that. So that nothing builds on there before I want to expand out again. See? Actual forward thinking. It does happen once in a while. I possibly haven't left enough enough room for them to think about stuff there, for buildings to place. Anyway, never mind. Right, 87,000 in the bank. Report-wise, please. What's that doing to my cash flow? We're coming up on December again. So when December ticks past, we'll do the standard 10-day test. It's not going to be the 50,000 that it was before. And obviously, having bought a depot has meant that our depot profits have taken a dip. But the goods dropped off at this depot should get used reasonably quickly because there's plenty of space for these guys to build in. He said optimistically. Good. Power provision is still good. Here we go. Right, December 27th. I'm not sure I can be bothered waiting for the 10-day test. I think I might just go ahead, throw caution to the wind, buy a train and see what happens. I'll tell you what happens. You buy a train, it uses up most of the cash you have left, and then you burn the rest of that cash very quickly. Okay, let's have a look. Come on, go into the black. Into the black. Come on, I dare you. Absolutely dare you. It looks like it wants to, but oh, wow, we're fighting it. There we go, into the black. Oof. Barely 1,000 profit a day. Although that was a nice big chunk of income there. Clearly something just bought something from a warehouse of some description. Come on, it would be really lovely if this area started developing. I've definitely not got enough road here. Alright, well, hold on, let's... I haven't protected... Have I protected entirely opposite this station? No, I haven't. Nope, you're not going to spend any more money. Stop it. Alright, we're going to buy a train. Yeah, this will either work really well or it won't. I want a commuter train, because they are... relatively inexpensive. It's 130 million. You have got to be kidding me. Alright, I need a cheaper train. 20 million quid. Now you're talking. That's the kind of money I can get behind. Train configuration, 4 coaches. 4 coaches will do us fine to start with a capacity of 708. Yeah, I should say so. Okay. Now watch our running costs really start to rise. There we go. Like a rocket. Let's slow down to something a little bit more temperate, shall we? Temperate? Temperate. Now, you can change the configuration of these trains very easily. Let's slow it down yet further. There we go. Right, and if we keep an eye on it, train, and where's the info button? There's an info button. Status, there we go. 20 passengers on board. This is not going to be making a profit, but hopefully Hopefully it will do soon. Actually, if I build some road here, that will allow them to expand out to the other side of this station. We're down to our last 70 million in the bank. Oh no, our last 70 million in the bank. But you've seen how much stuff costs in this, so it's, I mean, that's not going to last us very long at all. If I bring that out there, let's do something similar on another block here. Our aim, of course, is our aim is really quite straightforward. We're just trying to give people somewhere to build housing and what have you. There we go. That's something being constructed. What are you? You're a convenience store near the station. Good place for a convenience store, I should say. I still want to keep this up though. Number of passengers per day, currently 380. Now, I can do clever things with this train in terms of, you know, setting timetables and so on, where it only goes during peak time of day. And to be honest, I will do at some point. He's filled that depot up already, which means this is costing me money. Come on, give them somewhere to build. That will help. Railroad. Let's just expand that out. And to be honest, from here we could probably go... How much is that going to cost? £5 million. I don't want to spend £5 million. Not on something where people aren't going to build houses. So you can get over that. There we go. Every opportunity possible, people. Come and live by the station. It's where the cool kids live. If I just bang this down here... No. If I just bang this down here... Who knows? Maybe people will want to live on a piece of road that goes nowhere. Although, you know, I could connect it up to here, couldn't I? Just like that. Okay. Groovy. Right, turbo speed, please. So this is kind of a bit of a make or break run. It feels like we're holding steady. Let's have a look. Railroad profit is getting worse. There we go. Railroad services profits. Yeah, is going down. Okay. Okay. We are still making plenty of money from power. Do you need another power plant by any chance? No. Truck services is doing okay. Material, that even, you know, even factories and stuff are doing okay. But here we go. Look, I mean, we're burning $1 million on railroad services. But that should be enough that our money is still going in the right direction. So 43 million and 200,000. Is this going the right way? Here we go. Oh, while I've been watching that, people have been building houses. Get in, you little beauties. Now that's what I call a regular train service. It is a little ridiculous, I agree. Long may it continue. So nothing's going to build in this area because I've prevented that from being built on for good reason. I don't want to have to pay an extra couple of 100,000 or even a couple of million to remove someone's house in order to expand the rail out in that direction. And that's what would happen. But look, they're now going through the resources here, which is obviously making me more money still. Okay, I'm happier about that. And we'll drop below 43 million over into 42 million over. All right, okay, this is much better. Let's slow things back down again. 2.5 times? 2.5 times, okay. And let's interrogate our train. All right, we've got 426 passengers on board. Then going in the opposite direction, 50. It's not brilliant, is it? But it'll certainly do. Now let's keep going. What time of day are we at? Right, this is like 5 o'clock in the evening, so this is a 6 o'clock departure. Had 44. Where are we now? 830, another 480. That's good. 480 is a nice number. Remember, the capacity of this fella's 700 and some odd, 760, 780, something like that. 3 people. So 3 people wanted to leave at 11 o'clock at night. And 33 wanted to leave coming the other way at, basically 2 o'clock in the morning. So I think it's fairly safe to say that what we should probably do here is schedule this service to not run in the hours of extreme darkness. 115 at 6 a.m. $37 at 9 a.m. Well, I mean, the other side is never going to be fantastically profitable just yet, but I think what we will do is timetable this chap. Okay, as it comes into the station, excuse me, Mr. Map here. Right, normal timetable, action mode, stop, yes. Action mode, departure time, set departure time and departure interval. Yes, let's do that. What are you? Set the initial departure time. So our first start of the day, let's go for 7 a.m. Right, and then that's the departure time of the next train. Okay, right, well, let's have it wait half an hour in between the services to hopefully maximise our passenger intake. Now, this one here is prohibited departure times. Okay, so we won't have any departures after 11 p.m. I know that's pretty harsh. And what did that do? Oh, what's this button do? Come on, tooltip me. You've been good on tooltip so far. What's this? Time between departures. Oh, okay. Fine. No time at all. No. Let's go. Oh, okay. How does one set this? Intriguing. Can we get more of this on screen? There we go. Intriguing indeed. Alright, so you won't go... Hold on, that doesn't make any sense to me. Direction, reverse. Yes, because it's going to go back the other way. Let's keep it running. Oh, we are running. Okay, terrific. Schedule service. Let's just go weekdays for the time being. So we're running on a Sunday at the moment. This is turning into something of an extended episode. I'll fix this while you watch, because then you'll have seen how to do it. All right. So that's running on a 24-hour clock basis, and that is, our survey says, it is the prohibited departure times. If you do not use this, 2400 departures are now allowed after. Okay, right, well, we'll run up until 2300. There, okay, now this one, what are you? Click and drag, time between departures. Oh, there we go, I was clicking and dragging the wrong way. And that's now showing... there we go. That's good. So these blue blocks in the middle here are showing how many times it could conceivably run over the course of the day. Right. Okay. So let's set it at an hour between departures. So that means 7 a.m. and then the next one at 8 a.m. Which of course it won't do, because so this basically leaves on the hour. Terrific. Between the hours of 7 a.m. and 2300. Continuous. Let's rock. So it will now wait until 1500, I suspect. No. Oh, it doesn't run on Sundays. We're on a Sunday. Hey, okay. Right. Get me to Monday. Pronto. Right, here we go. So, at 7 a.m. We're at 3 a.m. at the moment. At 7 a.m. this should take off. Just like that. All right. Okay, and then we'll put a departure time on this fella as well. Right, you also do not leave after 2,300 hours. We'll go weekdays only. Passengers can get on and off. I'm happy for that. And we will leave at the earliest at 7 a.m. 15-minute break? No, you can have a 1 hour break. So the reason it wasn't doing anything before, I was dragging it the wrong way. So exactly the same setup, and we'll go weekdays only, and off you go. So it will now wait for 10 a.m. There we go. No, we're good. Right, we can close the timetable system now, and let's look and see how we do. 78 going out. 558. That's a bit better, isn't it? And also, because we're running it less, it will cost us less. Ah, now, is he going to do some end of track? No, he's decided to come straight back. Excellent. Now, the easy upgrade that we have there is we run them in the opposite direction. So we have a train that comes from either end, and they basically pass each other each time, which is more or less like real trains do, right? It also means that we can do some fun stuff as far as scheduling is concerned later on. Unlike Train Fever, this game will really allow you to have loads and loads of trains running at a given time. And I look forward to that happening. Anyway, we've gone on quite enough for today. So how about you join in next time, and we'll see about... I'll come back when I've got 100 million quid in the bank. Or when I've decided that I should have 100 million quid in the bank, and then we'll go from there. Because there's not an awful lot I can add before then. Or maybe there is. Anyway, join me next time. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I've been Colonel Failure. Thanks for tuning in. Cheerio.